Hello, friends. So it says that I'm live. Welcome, by the way. I'm Molly, and this is Soul School Tarot and Astrology. It says that I'm live, but every time I've ever gone back and watched one of my live videos, it starts like mid-sentence. Like I'm never really tuned in to when I'm actually live or not live. So welcome to this video. Like I said before, I'm Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm lighting things on fire right now. Just kind of taking a minute to set the mood. If you guys are catching this at a later time when I'm not live, feel free to fast forward right past through this or stick around and get smudged. That's totally up to you. As you can probably tell by the title of the video, I'm doing love readings today and I'm doing them live. So this is kind of just like a little special that I want to do to get ready for Valentine's Day, Singles Awareness Day, Galentine's, whatever it is that you celebrate. Welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. So this is live, and I am not really trying to sit down and do 12 signs in a row live because I know how I can ramble on forever and it would be like a 3-hour video. So I'm going to split this up. I'm first going to do just the first half of the zodiac: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And then I'll take a little breather, probably do some more smudging, and I'll come back and knock out those last 6 signs: Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So thank you guys for being here today. We just had a new moon in Aquarius, and I gotta tell you guys, I don't know if you caught my astro forecast and channel message about that, but this smudging process is very, very important right now for what a lot of us are going through, because we are cleaning out old mindsets and beliefs and patterns and things in order to move towards a more liberated self. And I'm really excited about that. Actually, as I was kind of catching a vibe to sit down and do this reading, I feel like there's some of you guys, at least out there, who the thing that you're celebrating this Valentine's Day is that you're finally over a certain person, a certain relationship, a certain way that somebody did you wrong, or you might just be deciding that you're over approaching relationships or acting in relationships in a certain way. So this smudging, I had some sage burning there. And then, of course, some Palo Santo. What we're doing there is we're cleansing out those old energies, letting some new ones in. I am going to crack a door real quick, and then I will be right back to get started on this reading. Hello to my 2 viewers, whoever you are. Thanks for being here today. All right, so friendly reminder, anytime you guys smudge, make sure that you're opening a window or a door to let some of those energies out. So, all right, here's what I've got for you guys. Because when I get into my flow state, I kind of forget how to be logical. I have my questions, I have my signs. We're gonna pause, come back into the last 6 signs. And this is what I've got going for you today. I'm going to channel a love note, just a message that somebody out there, and it might be spirit, has for each of my signs. Hopefully these will take about 5, maybe 10 minutes tops. All right. I have several decks out for each of the questions that I'm asking, and then I have some different things that we can use to wrap up the readings, some charms and some decks over there. So question number 1, who is sending you a love note? Question number 2, what is the mood or emotion that is coming through with this message? And then finally, we're going to get into tarot proper to get the message out for you guys. We're going to end up with either a gift that this person will represent to you or some advice that spirit wants to leave you with. So let's start with my Aries. Aries, you guys are getting a love note today from somebody in my Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck, Aries. So who's sending you a love note, Aries? Who's sending you a love note? Ooh, the Well Watcher. Interesting. Hi, Laura. It's so great to see you. I really feel like these are love messages from like anybody. It could be just somebody who really appreciates you. It could be spirit. I think this one might be spirit, actually. So this is for my Aries signs. And get both of those out there. Beautiful imagery. Aries, spirit is coming through. Spirit is coming through because they're watching you. Let's do that. They're watching you, Aries, and what they are seeing here is a really tremendous transformation, okay? I want to say maybe even a little bit of maturity. Maturity is just a word that's been coming up a lot, all right? Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars does not like to be, actually, I don't know what Mars is like in Capricorn, but to me, those are very conflicting energies, right? Because Mars wants to go and Capricorn says stop. Saturn says stop, right? So I feel like when you are in the midst of the struggle, Aries, you're mad about it. You're fighting against it. But then once you get through the struggle, you're like, oh, okay. All right, here's how I'm going to do different moving forward. But we do have independence on the table, so I don't know that this is a love reading coming through this time for my Aries collective. Let's get 3 tarot cards out. 7 of Swords. This is actually a really good 7 of Swords because you guys are saying no to anything that is standing in the way of this healing process that you're going through. All right, let's go ahead and weave this together. The person, or I want to say the entity, I really think this is spirit. I think that this is spirit guide coming through saying you are on your way. Whatever goals you have, whether it's self-discipline, being able to manifest your reality, or if it's just an expansion of your consciousness. Some of you guys might be working on trying to pull in psychic gifts, okay? And spirit is like, look at you go. Look at you. I feel like this is a scene. Okay, this is a spirit guide who is guarding a sacred well of knowledge. All right. They're showing me that the whole scene around this is a forest that you have been like hacking your way through to get to this clearing that this well is in. Right? So spirit wants to be like, look at you go. Look at you, Aries, doing all that shadow work, clearing out any sort of ego or any sort of old attachments that are keeping you from getting to that well of wisdom that you are desiring. Look at how both of these figures have these butterfly wings. Independence here is really interesting. And I'm going to be honest. There's this weird like cave/carriage that this person is walking out of. And the vibe that I get is actually from Plato's allegory of the cave, where when you live inside the cave, you don't really see things for what they are. You only see the shadows of things, right? Because imagine you're sitting there looking at a cave wall and you don't get to see outside the cave. You only see the shadows that are cast on that wall. The objects are moving around behind you. So you get up and you get out of the cave and you're like, oh my God, this is the real world. This is what things are really like. And you go back in the cave to try to tell people about it. And they're like, you are crazy. What language are you even speaking? You guys have made the choice to set out on your own journey, even if it feels like you are alone. You know that there's this whole other world that you are choosing to explore. And you know what happens when you do that? This world is literally in your hands. I love that energy. Okay. So you guys have made the choice to strike out on your own, and pink flowers are always self-love in my book. All right. You're doing this to serve yourself. 7 of Swords can mean that there's somebody else that you're dealing with who's only looking out for themselves. What this means to me here is the person you're dealing with who's looking out for themselves is you, Aries. Spirit is like, go do it. Anything that somebody offers you that is not in alignment with where you know you're going, they just don't get to come in. Like, no, I don't want that. I'm not taking that offer at all. That's what this Ace of Pentacles and the Temperance reversed is. If it does not contribute to my healing, if it doesn't contribute to this path I'm walking where I'm trying to take my old truth and integrate it with my new truth, keep it away from me. because that's my plan right now. I love this. We're going to go to the Vintage Wisdom Oracle for some advice. You guys, look at this. This is you. It's almost like there you are, like you gain access to this wealth. And there you are, making the choices and walking the path that is in resonance with you. Not trying to resonate with anybody else in the world, but literally singing your own song. Anytime I have somebody playing an instrument in a card, I feel like that is an authentic expression of self. And Spirit sees you doing that, and that's really exciting. Real quick, adventure. Ooh, adventure. You got adventure coming up. Look, she's not just like being the butterfly. She's riding that butterfly into the sunset. I love it. Spirit is protecting you at this time. And look at this. This is just an extension of that protection. It comes through with you really being in a state of grace, Aries. So, wow, I love that first message to come through for my Aries. You guys are doing amazing. And Spirit is letting you know that they see you. They see you. And I'm really, really excited for that well of knowledge you guys are going to unlock. Thank you so much, Laura, for being here. I'm going to make a quick note that's just going to help me with the time stamping later on. So thank you guys once again for being here. This is for my Tauruses. Tauruses, your love letter, your love note is coming from somebody in the angels and ancestors oracle card. This could be a spirit guide, or this could be just like a person in your life. Thank you, divine spirits of love and life. I'm going to take the top one. Okay. All right. This one's trying to come out too. All right. Somebody who has gained a new perspective. The person who's sending this love note is somebody who I kind of was getting the feeling from the beginning that this is a communication coming from somebody who's at a distance from you. And I feel like that distance is important. This person has had to take a step back. And in their taking a step back from their relationship with you, probably, they see things very differently. This is the air guardian, shift your perception. And then this eagle came out, which says to me that this person is seeing things from a higher perspective. And the blue, it makes me feel like that's the throat chakra. There's something that they want to communicate about this higher perspective that they have gained. Okay. What mood or emotion is coming through in this? These are not a proper oracle deck. These are my feelings in a flashcard. So they're literally cards that you would use to help children learn how to identify and name and express their emotions, which, by the way, is a very, very, very important part of our emotional development. Hurt. Oh my gosh. I really feel like this person is, look at these big eyes in both of these people. Big eyes. This could be somebody who has hurt you, or somebody who acted in a way, they were acting out of feeling hurt. And now they see things from a higher perspective that they want to be able to communicate to you. I just had a really sudden, again, shift your perspective. I had a very sudden perspective shift where now I feel like instead of this being the person who's trying to communicate with you, I feel like this is the perspective, the view of the person who wants to communicate with you and get the message to you, Taurus. This is how they see you. I think this person, look how hurt those eyes are. And then we got this eyeball here. Somebody's definitely seeing things differently. Lover's Path Tarot is the deck that wants to get this message out to you. Taurus. Happy Valentine's Day, Taurus. Taurus is, of course, ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty and grace. Okay. And specifically physical manifestations of those things. Libra is also ruled by Venus, but it really represents the way those things exist in ideal. Okay? Because it's air. So Venus air and Venus earth. This is Venus earth. We're waiting for Taurus here. What message does their person want to send to them, please, Spirit? Thank you. They're having a hard time getting it out. But, ooh, this death card. This person has been through something deep. It's quite possible that they're looking at you and seeing you in the midst of your transformation. Because see, look how like he's all emo and like going through his thing, and there's somebody watching him in the course of that. I think that somebody observed you, Taurus, in a place where you're being hurt. Dang, that's big energy. I think this hurt came from the fact that somebody did not return to you what it was that you were offering to them. They did not engage in a fair exchange with you, and they know that. Okay? And this is how they're feeling about it now. Do you see how this person's trying to come in? Like, this is the Taurus that is sad. This is how I'm reading the energy. Swap it, switch it, if that is the way it's going in your story, all right? You see how sad this person is, right? They are hurt. Somebody is coming in after the hurt has already been dealt and trying to hand them this message. But these 8 swords in the background let me know that this person might be so hurt that it's difficult for them to accept this message at this time, all right? Other indicators that that might be the case is that we have both the moon reversed and is that what it is? It's the moon and the sun reversed. Listen, okay, if you want to help heal this situation, you have to let the truth come out in full. If you're dealing with, I don't know why I feel like I'm talking to a person who's dealing with a Taurus. I might be talking to a Taurus, okay? If you are trying to send a message to somebody who's hurt, we can't go for half truths right now. This is a time for the full truth to come out. Okay? Because part of the reason why that hurt is there is because the full truth did not come out in the past. There was just always, I keep hearing the phrase light in darkness. It's somebody's trying to show you just this little teeny tiny piece of the truth rather than the whole thing. But once you shine a light into the darkness, the whole darkness lights up. So it's like whoever's the person who's hurt here, they already know the whole truth. The person who wants to express this higher perspective, we can't play around with half truths right now. That's what Spirit is saying. All right, let's do a charm. I'm gonna get a love charm out for you guys. We cannot deal with half truths. Thank you, Spirit, for a love charm to wrap up this reading. Transformation. Things have changed. Things have changed. Things need to change, okay? Transformation and self-love. This is a little tiger's eye. Let's see. Yeah. It's a little butterfly ring. Come on. There we go. With some tiger eye stones in it. So to me, that really has to do with somebody who has stepped into their own power and their own confidence. And do you see how much it matches this ornate headwear that who I'm calling the Taurus is wearing, the person who got their feelings hurt? Whatever it was that happened between you, this has changed that person. You can't approach them the same, okay? If you want to share your higher perspective with this Taurus, or if you're a Taurus who wants to share your higher perspective with somebody else, there's no time for half truths in this situation. That's coming straight from Spirit, all right? So Geminis, it's my moon sign. I feel like you guys also are coming from the wisdom of the hidden realms. Who has a love note for my Geminis? Some of the cards in here are reversed. How are we going to deal with that, Spirit? We're going to ignore reversals for now, because I didn't do it intentionally. Of course, it came out reversed. Okay, but this makes sense to me. The Ice Queen. This is somebody who has been an Ice Queen. This is somebody who's been frozen for a long time, and they're finally beginning to melt. Okay? That's who has a message for you. Ideas preserve, non-action, entitlement. 2 plus 8 is a 10, which is the end of a cycle. All right. Somebody is putting an end to their Ice Queen energy. And hopefully about to express some love, because that's what these readings are about. Okay, Sacred Destiny Oracle is going to give us the mood of this love message that they have for you at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Delight. How you go from winter to spring in like, just like that. But that's really what happens. Somebody is trying to come out of the cold, and I feel like the way that they're approaching you is just to be like really, really light and happy about things. But it's like, I tell you what, this owl is what's within them. A lot of wisdom, a lot of depth, a lot of maybe secrecy. But the way they're coming at you is like, hey, hey. For some reason, it reminds me of, this is a really random thing, but it might make sense. I am going to be using, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning of the reading, one of the decks I have on the table is an erotic tarot deck. It's the one that wants to come out. So here's what I'm being reminded of. Some of you guys may be familiar with Drunk History. It's a series on Comedy Central, but way back before it was a series, it was a web short. And Jack Black played Benjamin Franklin, and I think maybe Will Ferrell. Jack Black plays Benjamin Franklin, and there's this whole Drunk History about how Benjamin Franklin is kind of a player, kind of a ladies' man, and there's this chick that he's trying to get with, and Jack Black keeps like popping up as Benjamin Franklin, being like, "Hey," and she's like, "Nah, I'm not really into it." But he's ignoring all of that and just like, hey. And so that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from you. I was also drawn to an erotic tarot deck. This could be an X. This is a Mercury retrograde energy. Yep, look at that. 2 of Cups reversed. And a 4 of Swords reversed. Listen, this thing did not work out in the past. It was not a match in the past. And I don't think that peace was made before an exit was taken. Do you know what I mean? Right? Like there's a way to close something out and leave it peaceful. And there's a way to just be like, peace. I'm out. Okay? This person did not close things out properly, Gemini, the last time they were around. So they want to come back in and be like, hey, and you want to be like, hey, what? Let's really talk about the way things went down. They're coming at you with some new energy. But this is the Knave or the Page of Spears, and I'm gonna let you guys Spears, Wands. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you guys what this card is to me. This is the boner card. Somebody's got you on their mind. Who knows? They might have memories, they might have fantasies. I don't know what it is. But this, I really honestly, Gemini, feel like you're gonna hear from an old lover. And look what they get. Oh no, it's a 3 of Swords. They gotta peep in. Like they come knocking on the door and you're just not home. And they're like, hey, remember me? And you're like, no, I don't. You're in the bathroom, lights off, candles on, chilling in the bathtub, doors locked, porch lights off. You're like, just go away. Just go away. You guys, I'm just kind of chuckling at this. All right, let's get a William Shakespeare card out. So I think that this is advice because you're not going to take a gift from this person. So I think this is advice from Spirit. Of course, they're going to give me a whole sonnet. Listen, I know that when I use the Shakespeare cards, look at this. This is you actually enjoying yourself. 9 of Pentacles. Staying single. I like that. I know when I use the Shakespeare cards, a lot of people are like, what is that? Like, how does that So if you hit fast forward, my feelings aren't going to be hurt. I'm also not going to read the entire sonnet to you, right? But they definitely speak to me. All right. So I love using these Shakespeare cards, even if they don't make sense to you guys. So sorry, I'm going to keep using them. Thy eternal summer shall not fade. This person not getting over you. You still look as good as you ever did. Okay. As long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Look, Gemini, you got it going on. Somebody is trying to get whatever it is that you have going on, and you're not trying to let them. So that's what you can expect. Of course, Gemini is a sign that's ruled by Mercury. And it's also an air sign. Mercury is currently retrograde in an air sign. So yeah, Geminis, you just go ahead and put that on your to-do list. Every Mercury retrograde, don't answer the door when the ex comes by. All right, Cancer, it's 26 minutes in. Gonna do that for the timestamp. Cancer, you're getting this. Oh, shoot. My deck of cards was right under the corner of my camera. It's a little precarious, but we're going to continue. All right. This is the Magical Menagerie deck. All right. So it's another deck of archetypes. And I might need to go to the book depending on what card comes out. But Cancer, who's sending you a love reading or a love note at this time? Cancer, who wants to come through in this love reading for you? Thank you, Divine Spirit, Soul, and Light. Thank you guys who are like, just taking a second to hang out with me today. My heart. And I didn't even mean H-A-R-T. I meant like this organ inside my chest. This is really pure. Okay, now listen. Ooh, Cancer, of course. My Venus is in Cancer. And by the way, Venus in Cancer is the planet in sign designation of the Two of Cups. Okay. This could very much either be a spirit guide or I want to say like a soulmate. But this is somebody who their love for you is so pure. It's so pure. And it's almost a very protective energy. Oh, wow. I was just reading last night. Where'd that go? I got 2, 3. All right. I was just reading last night about Kernunos. I even looked up how to pronounce it properly so I'm not messing it up. Kernunos is the Celtic god with like the antlers, right? And he is, first of all, very associated with the trees and wisdom and kind of like wild spaces. He's the protector of wild spaces, okay? The reason this is important is Cancer, the person who wants to send a message to you is somebody who has seen in you, they've seen your wild spaces, meaning they've seen your real self. And they know how privileged they are to have had access to that part of you. And they really want to express how beautiful that real part of you is. The part that you don't refine before you share, before you express it. Opportunity, taking risks, and enlightenment. This could very well be somebody that you don't know has their eye on you, Cancer. But the love they have for you is exceptionally pure. And I think that they see an opportunity to express it to you. Okay, to enlighten you. Look at that ship. That ship, now it's reminding me of, Santara always talks about her 6 of Swords as like this timeline jumping card. This person wants to jump onto the timeline where the way that they feel about you can be known. This person wants to take a tremendous risk. For some of you, this is spirit watching you. And spirit acknowledging that you have been following their guidance. And I just saw the 6 of Swords. Very interesting. And that has led you guys out of something, how can I say, out of something that wasn't the best for you and towards something that is very good for you. Okay. So what message is coming through for my Cancers? What's their love note, Spirit? Thank you for being here today. Six of Wands. So another 6 energy. Got you. Okay. So here's what's happening, you guys. It's just that saying you're coming out of a sense of not feeling good enough for something, right? But what Spirit is saying is like the something that you were not feeling good enough, like that's the energy that Spirit showed up, that this stag energy showed up to lead you out of. They're like, no, follow me, and let's go to a place where you can look at this differently, where you can see yourself in a victorious light, is what this stag is saying. Follow me, Cancer. All right, come over here. All right, get this different perspective on what you've been through. All right, because I really feel like what you guys had been through was a partnership. This could be false flame. This could be that you were with somebody. You're like, they're my twin flame. Why don't they love me back? What's the problem? What do I need to work out in myself? But no, the fact is that was not a true match to you. That person didn't see you in the right light. That person didn't see you for who you really are. And so Spirit possibly, you guys, for some of you, Spirit is sending somebody into your life, perhaps a friendship or a relationship, or even just like an old friend, to show up and lead you to that space where you remember who you are. That popped right out. This is a charm to wrap up the reading. St. Christopher, protect us. And I say you are protected by Spirit at this time. Okay? You are very much protected by Spirit, and they are guiding you. And now it's really kind of cute because you see how he's on this ocean. Almost looks like he's rowing the boat across the ocean. Like St. Peter, I'm getting a message like footprints. You guys know that thing that used to hang up on all our grandparents' walls that's got like the beach and the footprints and the story of when the guy, is talking to God, and God's like, yeah, these are other times that this is the path that you've walked through your life. And the dude's like, wait, why is there only one set of footprints there? God, did you leave me? And he's like, no, that's when I carried you. This message is like that, but it's not across the sand, it's across the water. You are being ferried, not F-A-I-R, ferried, F-E-R-R, ferried, okay? You're being ushered across this water, ushered through this healing process by a protective spiritual entity. Let's go next to my Leos. 3322. What a fortuitous timestamp. You guys have a message, a love note coming to you from somebody in this angel and ancestors deck. Once again, this could represent a person, a friend, a family member, an acquaintance, maybe a crush, maybe someone's crushing on you, Leo. Or it could be somebody, an entity in spirit that has a message of love that they'd like to send to you at this time. Thank you guys for being here with me. Hit that like button. There's 2 cards. Do you have 2 suitors fighting for you, Leo? I feel like they're the same. I don't even have words for this. And here's the reason why. The owl is really what spoke to me first, okay? The owl, not the girl. The owl is the messenger. And look what, it's like the owl shows up and is just chilling, perched on your shoulder, and you're like, holy crap, is that an owl? And then the owl is like, yes, yes. And I have all this knowledge, all right? You guys are manifesting something because there's a shift between this white witch who I see her standing at an altar, like burning some incense, maybe doing like I see a crystal grid, I see candle magic, I see stuff like that. And then I see Almost as if that is a ritual that opens up the portal that this shaman is here to escort you through. What? Okay, there's a mood, there's a love note. Speaking of mood and emotion, what mood or emotion is trying to come through here? I swear to God, if there's an owl on this card. That's just really, really powerful energy. So this could be, honestly, this could be a very like higher dimensional entity that is communicating to you, Leo. But I also feel like it could be somebody that like the message that they want to send to you, how do I say, opens a portal. To inner peace and love. You guys, there's two fish here. I feel major Two of Cups energy here. This is real love. These are two people who have traveled through lifetimes together in one way, shape, or another. Okay? But look at this love, and it's blossoming. It is blossoming. It's gorgeous. That's the mood. For, you know what? I almost feel like this is a partnership, right? Like they're different. They're looking in different directions. They both have different specialties, but they're in the same line of work kind of thing. Okay? We're going to use the Lover's Path Tarot for this one. Ace of Staves. I just opened it right up to the Ace of Staves. You guys. And the Ace of Arrows. This is I hear that drum. Like, I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you. I can hear the drum beating. I feel like this shaman started beating this drum. And in that way is like calling forth a soulmate, right? They're opening themselves up. They're sending their energy out there. And I feel like this person is just like, whoa, wait, do you hear that? Do you hear that drum? I love it. You guys, this is, I don't know how to say this. The channel of love between these two people existed before they ever met. Like, they didn't have to create that channel. It existed from previous lifetimes. All they have to do is allow themselves to open it up. Magic. That is freaking Vivian and Merlin. Very powerful. Do you see how I said it's like a couple? Of course, it's the Lover's Path Tarot. All of the major arcana feature a different couple, but Vivian and Merlin were especially magical. And you have a tent. Look at this. Didn't I say opening a portal to prosperity? And look at this. You guys, this is, I heard Valhalla. I don't even have like the best understanding of what Valhalla is, so I don't know if that's like, what's the other word that I want to use? Shangri-La? It's some sort of beautiful utopian paradise. Okay? And here's what I have to tell you. The pathway here does not need to be created. It already exists. It came with you into this lifetime. This shaman is beating a drum that is opening this door and calling forth this white witch energy so that you guys can move through this together. You guys, that's intense. Wow. For some of you, this is the universe, that drum beat, because you see how the drum kind of looks like a clock, is like, it's a Wheel of Fortune type energy. Like, it's time. It's time. It's time, Leo. Isis and Osiris. There is the Lover's card in and of itself. Also, another very magical pairing, a very magical couple. All right. We have the Ace of Arrows reverse and the Princess of Coin reverse, which means that there's somebody who doesn't believe in this. There might even be somebody who's not quite getting the message. These two cards, fudge. These two cards were actually left behind on the table when I picked up the deck to shuffle. This is Devil and Death. This is transformation and temptation. This is like a really major, this is a very powerful energy, Leo. This is like cosmic forces. Okay? You're going to be drawn like magnetically towards this, and it's going to transform you. The reason why you're drawn magnetically towards it is because it's meant to show up in your life and transform you in some way, shape, or form. Okay? And I honestly believe that whether or not this is somebody who you walk your entire path with, they are there to help you open this door. Okay? This is like destiny level energy. Okay? Not just another Valentine's Day. So, good luck with that. And then look, Romeo and Juliet tradition. We've got interesting. There's definitely a soul contract between these two people. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Sometimes your soul contract with your soulmate is to come into each other's life and like F each other up so you can heal the things you need to heal to get ready for the love that is meant to be for your lifetime. So Virgo, let's wrap this up. 4212, another fortuitous number. And then I'm going to take a break, you guys, and I will be back in a bit to do my Libra through Pisces. But let's check out for my Virgos. I'm going to go back. I'm sorry, Leo. If you're Leo and still watching, I didn't finish your reading. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. This is somebody who has always loved you and always will. I mean, that's like sonnet number 18, if you guys want to look it up. Okay, let's go on to Virgo. Virgo, who you got some mythological creatures showing up here. We have the griffin and the firebird. This is who's trying to send a message to you. The wings really do make me feel like this is a message coming through from spirit. From your higher self is what's coming through. And then we want some emotions to come out. So what is the mood or emotion? I feel like it's less the mood or emotion that is being expressed. And it's more about the mood or emotion that spirit wants to address. Freaking love that. The griffin and the firebird are coming through because they want to help you be brave, Virgo. For some reason, Virgo, I feel like you're the one sending the love note. For some of you, you need to be brave enough to let somebody communicate something to you. I'm going to pop in real quick to this guidebook and see what else wants to come through on the griffin and the firebird. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. And happy Valentine's Day to you. Griffin. It's the only one that starts with a G. Thank you. All right. This creature's avian characteristics symbolize the upward journey of spirit, while its mammalian qualities refer to its earthly nature. Earthly nature is Virgo. Virgo is very, very earthy, right? But this is earth and air, and then this is air and fire. Something is trying, like spirit really wants to get a really big message across to you, or get you to communicate a message that is going to transmute a situation. It's going to like lift it up out of what it has been and make it into something new. The Firebird, which, by the way, add it to your Molly trivia file. The mascot of the high school that my son and I both graduated from is a Firebird. Another fun fact, I was a member of the first graduating class of that high school, so 20 extra points to anybody who can give the name of the high school down in the comment section below. I'm just kidding. That's the teacher me coming out. All right. So this is something slow. This is a realization that's been building in you slowly. But now there is a moment for action. Okay, so there's moral and ethical imperatives here and spiritual matters. There's an action that you have to take, or a message that you have to communicate. Perhaps it's quite possible that somebody needs to communicate something to you, and your spiritual evolution depends on the way that you respond to them. Okay. Getting out my inversion tarot. Some of you guys are going to need to defend yourselves. But you're definitely being asked to take your power back in a certain situation. Some of you guys are going to have to be brave enough to just put an end to something that's not good for you. Yeah, Three of Cups reversed with the King of Cups reversed. For some of you, you have to be brave because somebody from your past is seeking reconciliation, and you have already decided that that's not the best thing for you. For some of you guys, you're going to be on the other side of it. You might be reaching out to somebody about reconciliation, and they're not able to meet you there. There's a lot of emotion going on underneath this surface, and that is what you're being asked to be brave about, Virgo, is about all the emotion that's going on underneath here. Because now that that's out, this looks like a little bit of a warning, especially if you guys have a lot of water in your chart, that if these emotions come up in you and you're not brave, they're going to turn you into this, somebody who's not that great to be around. Okay, because you're struggling with your emotions, you're drowning in your emotions, you're not thinking about the people around you. So some of you guys are being asked to be brave because you're going to be confronted with we do have the Lovers here. And the Devil reversed. King of Swords and Three of Pentacles. Very interesting. Because this is mirroring the King of Cups reversed and the Three of Cups reversed. Okay? So some of you guys, there's been a transformation of your feelings going on underneath the surface. And now this is an opportunity to speak a truth that is constructive rather than destructive. All right. The Lovers and the Devil reverse coming out says that any questions of love here, it's about taking that love to a higher place. Okay. All right. We're already getting a little long. So that's a love note that wants to come towards you, Virgo. I have the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Let's see what wants to come out of that for you. I'd prefer like maybe just one or two cards. Transition. Yeah, this is a very big transition point for you. I mean, there's nothing else. You're stepping over. There's this thing right there. This little, it's like you've been wandering through the woods and you get here and you're like, oh no, there's that little rope in my way. And you just gonna stand there? Nah. Spirit's been preparing you to take that small step over something that seems like a really big obstacle, but once you look at it, it's not. Okay, so Spirit's asking you to be brave enough to take that tiny little step, and then something is going to be clear to you, something is going to be communicated to you on the other side of that. So, Aries through Virgos, I'm sending you lots and lots of love. I'll be back in, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and I will tackle Libra through Pisces in the second half of my reading. Thanks for being here. Happy Valentine's Day. Now I got to figure out how to turn this darn thing off.